I know what it's like to travel. I know what game weeks are like. I'm not sort of experiencing everything for the first time, so I know what a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is going to look like in regards to practice. We have a pretty unique schedule, how we ramp it up early and then slow it down and before game time, and then spark our nervous system right before. So we got a pretty unique schedule, and I understand what we're trying to do, and it's more of a comfort of knowing how to. You have a routine that you can go throughout the week, and you're comfortable and not really getting blindsided by anything.
Do you assume you'll be more focused in the game just because it's not new?
Maybe focus better, but I was as focused as I could possibly be last year. But I'm gonna be just as focused as I possibly can last year. It's like when people say you're gonna try extra hard for this game, it's like you're not trying as hard as you can. You got issues.
How about the offense? Are you comfortable with this offense? Are you used to it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
how's the difference? The biggest difference for you?
I've always said offense is offense. We run the same exact plays, just with some different personnel, different looks. You're just window dressing everything. So I mean, no one. I don't care how smart you are, how genius you are in football. You're not going to reinvent power, counter, inside zone, wide zone. You're not going to reinvent football. You're just going to change the way it looks a little bit. And out here, I've just had to use. The biggest thing I've had to get used to is how many people are in the box at one time. Because last year we had 5 linemen and a running back 50% of the time. The other 50% we might have added a tight end. Now we got 2 tight ends and a fullback. We got formation shifts. It's just a lot more window dressing.
Do you feel you're going to be more protected this year with the fullback and tight end?
Yeah, I mean they're involved in protection, but it's last year. I mean, the advantage of the fullbacks and tight ends are to run football and to get heavy personnel on the defense, and then go to a pass play and they're out of place. So I mean, protection-wise, we still got the same 5 dudes that are busting the butts, but I mean they're gonna do just as well as they did last year, and yeah.
As a quarterback, how do you counteract the noise of 100,000 people? You guys do silent counts and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, after like 50,000, it all sounds the same, or it doesn't sound the same.
Really?
Because you really don't hear anything. I mean, best example is against Utah. We scored the first drive. We got a lot quieter after that. So if we can open with a statement or get up on them early, then the crowd won't really be a factor. But we're more focused on what's in front of us as opposed to behind us.
Do you interact with Christian Kirk at all on like the summer camp circuit or anything?
In high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good friend. He's an awesome guy. I thought we were pretty close to getting him here, but he'll do very, very well past football. He's a very intelligent guy. I loved hanging out with him, and he's definitely going to be tough to handle. He's a phenomenal athlete.
From your perspective as a quarterback, what stood out the first time you watched him play?
His feel for the game. There's certain guys that run very robotic routes. They run chalkboard routes, whiteboard routes, and then there's some guys that kind of they won't they'll run the right route, but with a different feel or taste to it, where they can kind of sense out a hole a little bit better. They know how to run it against certain coverages, and he really had a feel for how to move a DB off his ground, how to get in certain windows, and once he had the ball in his hand, he was just a running back. He was just incredibly physical and explosive.
Talking to Connor about coming back this year, it sounded like you may have been the most excited guy when you heard he was coming back. Do you remember that moment in your reaction when you heard he was coming back?
Yeah, we were actually at his place up at his apartment, just hanging out with some of the guys, and he was deliberating the decision for a while. Once he made the decision, we went out to BJ's for dinner. But yeah, I mean, we were all thrilled.
And how much does it mean to you to have him there protecting that side of the lawn?
I mean, it means a lot. He's an incredible player, first-round talent, and a personal friend of mine, so it was really good.
How good is this pass rush of Texas A&M compared to what you faced, say, last year?
I mean, they're as good as a lot of teams we played. I think we're going to have an advantage with our ability to run the football this year to kind of neutralize that. We think there are a few chinks in their armor on defense that we're going to be able to exploit. But it's just like people say in practice, they're never as good as they're hyped up to be, and they're never as bad as people say they are. So you always got to respect the defense, but don't over or under respect it.
How comfortable are you taking direct snaps, being out of the gun most of the week last year?
I mean, I've been doing it for a few months now. I haven't had a single fumbled snap through spring camp this week. I was under the center for 5 years at Pop Warner. maybe probably I'd say about 100 plays through all of my high school career. And I mean, it's never been an issue.
Is it? What about dropbacks and all that? Is it just the same old, same old?
Yeah, I mean, every quarterback coach starts, even if you're in the gun, they always start from going under center. So it's really not that big of a difference. I mean, there might be a little bit of the only issue you really have is you might be a yard or two closer to the line of scrimmage than you are in the gun. But I mean, you get used to it real quick. It's not that big of a factor.
Josh, what was the decision to grow a mustache?
I just like to mess with people. It's kind of fun. I mean, the idea is to make it as terrible as possible. So.
Do you think you've achieved that?
I'm in the process.
All right.